habits number 3 when you're trying to lose weight. So we're talking about how to develop new habits so that you can actually accomplish and stick to eating those healthy foods that you put in your pantry that you purchase. So like if you're a student of mine and I gave you the grocery guide or something like that, then how do you stick to eating those things and stick to the weight loss plan and not go on and off and everything like that and derail yourself? So we talked about habits in a couple other areas. Check my profile for habits number 1, habits number 2. This one here is habits number 3. And in this one, here's the thing. Here's how you really can change your habits. It's very strong. Okay, that it's just a very simple concept. Developing new habits takes repetition. And after about, there's been studies, they say like about 67 days is where you can kind of really start to see new habits forming. It could take up to maybe 90 days or something. Or it could, for some people, and depending on the habit, it could even take up to a year. It depends on how addicted you are to that habit sometimes. Now, one of my mentors, he had a example that he gave when he was teaching me this, and that was him and his wife, they had in their bedroom, they had like drawers that they had where they kept their clothes in the bedroom. So he had his, she had hers. One day she switched them, and he said, for the longest time, I would walk in the room and I'd walk over to my old cabinet where hers is now, and he'd go for his clothes. He's like, oh, mine is over on the other side of the room now. So he'd go to the other side of the room. And he kept doing that. And he goes, then it came to a little point where he would walk in the door and he'd start walking toward that cabinet. And he'd go, oh, wait, it's on the other side. So then he wouldn't quite open the drawers or anything. He would get there almost, and then he'd remember, and then he'd go to the other one. And then eventually he would be walking in thinking, okay, don't go to that one, go to that one. Until finally he would just walk in the door and go to the one that his new cabinet where his clothes are in. So our habits, to develop those new habits, they're difficult, but it takes repetition, and you have to stick to it. You have to commit to a new habit. Habits videos number 1 and 2, I talked about how to sneak in some new routines with ones that you currently already have. Now this one here, I'm just trying to show that it just takes a little time, and stick with it, and those habits will change. When you change those habits, eating healthier foods, exercising if that's what you choose to do, all this stuff becomes easier.